We're essentially kind of brainwashed to think that nude is one color, and I really want to change that by allowing people to really have this perspective that nude is very individual, nude is personal and personalized, and Nude Barre is helping to personalize that for humans across the world. My name is Erin Carpenter. I'm the founder of Nude Barre, where we make skin-toned intimates and hosiery to represent the diverse world that we live in. Nude Barre comes in 12 beautiful shades of nude, durable enough for the active woman, and stylish enough for everyday life. So I started Nude Barre based on a series of frustrating and embarrassing moments that I had as a young professional dancer and a commercial actress, where I was always required to have nude or skin tone tights, underwear, panties, and bras that matched my skin. But when you go to a store and you ask for nude options, they only have options that are in tan or beige, and I'm definitely not beige. So I would have to dye my tights and undergarments to match my skin on a weekly basis to be in uniform. And I was often complaining to women from other industries about this issue, like bankers and lawyers and doctors or my mom. And they were frustrated as well, because if they wanted to wear a white button-down blouse of some sort, you can't just wear any color bra underneath because it'll show through your top. Nude is really the best solution. So that was the origin of Nude Barre and why I decided to start this business. So Nude Barre goes from fair, medium, and deeper or darker skin tones. And I really wanted to represent the spectrum, but true nudes and true colors that really represent real skin. I started dancing around like 11, 10 years old. I got into a performing arts high school, and my freshman year that I got in, I also was recommended to audition for the residency program at the Kennedy Center in DC, where I'm originally from. And it was with the Dance Theater Harlem. It's highly competitive, and I got in, and it was so exciting. And so on the sheet that it told you your uniform, it said all the girls would have to have nude tights and ballet shoes. And so I went to the store and I got, my nude, which was tan, and then ballet shoes at the time only came in ballet pink. Because ballet is a European art form, and pink was supposed to represent European skin, i.e. not brown skin. And so I come into class with my tan tights and my ballet shoes, and I was asked out of class, and this was super embarrassing because clearly if you're sitting in front of the class not participating, then you did something wrong. And so I was super embarrassed, and I asked the teacher, and I said, hey, I got all the items that you guys told me to get. I don't quite understand why I'm not in uniform and why I'm not allowed to participate. And so she said, no, all the girls here have to dye their tights and their undergarments to match their skin. And then for your ballet shoes, you take makeup foundation on them and you pancake them, which is patting makeup foundation on your ballet shoes. And this is what you're supposed to do to be in uniform, to be in your nude or flesh tone. So dyeing tights as a young dancer was very much like a science project every week in my kitchen. I had to test different products. I have tried tea bags. I know many dancers that use tea bags, but I often found that, you would have to really pay attention to the science behind it, like how long you're leaving it in the water, how dark it's getting, and the dye, the RIT dye, that color for me that I would buy, just the brown, I kind of had it down. Ultimately, it was a mess. It was a science project every week. I went to Marymount Manhattan College, and I was a ballet major there. And then I also minored in business because I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur at some point, but I really thought that entrepreneurship was like when I'm 45, 50, just way down the line. I think that a lot of times when you want to be an entrepreneur, you think you need to have all these answers and you have to know all these things. And yes, you should know some things, but ultimately you're not going to know every single step from day one. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. So later in my professional career, I pivoted a little bit from being a ballet dancer and having this BFA in ballet to being a commercial dancer. And so I signed with the top dance agency in New York and LA, and I started doing a lot of commercials. And then I also became a Nick City dancer here in New York City at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. I thought it was actually going to be kind of like an easy job, and it's actually the hardest entertainment industry job that I had because there was so much at stake. You're performing in front of 20,000 people every night at Madison Square Garden. There's Celebrity Row with people like Beyonce and so on that, you know, you're like so nervous to perform in front of, but you can't appear nervous, obviously. And then you have the pressure of, you know, your look and the precision of the choreography. During that time, I actually was able to test my product before I launched it on the dancers. I had them try the fishnets and, you know, tell me about the colors that they were looking for that would be better than what was offered on the market, and just, you know, what did they like and not like about the current products that were on the market. And that's how I was really able to pull together all the great things about the Nude Barre products that I have today. And so I always think of, you know, my daughter and also my experiences shopping for Nude and how I want to change that for her, and I want her to be able to find things that are inclusive for her as she grows up in the world, and that inspires me. I think a lot of times as moms, we're always kind of in this in-between place of feeling guilty for doing things that we need to do for ourselves, whether it's literally just indulging in something or, you know, being in business or being an entrepreneur or whatever it is that you're doing, and also feeling this joy of I'm here to see every milestone of my child. And that's really hard for moms and for women, but I think ultimately my end goal, you know, where I see my daughter viewing me as a woman and a human being and the impact that I hope to make on this world, I think it'll make her proud, and, you know, that kind of gives me ease and peace. But every day is hard. She needs our energy, she needs our connection and our dedication to her, but at the same time, we're working people, so, you know, it's very, very much a challenge. Nude Barre as a company in the next 5 to 10 years, I really see it as a big business. You know, I always think of women like Sarah Blakely, who, you know, is a self-made woman, started with a minimal amount of her savings to grow this really big business. I see Nude Barre going in that same direction, that same trajectory. My mission is just to really change how we as humans view nude and the standards of beauty, whether that's being acquired by a bigger company to amplify that message, or whether that's just us crushing it, you know, on our own as an independent company. I'm really just focusing on amplifying that message of nude is personal to you, and it's personalized through a brand like Nude Barre.